Do you also often feel like your own two legs don't belong to you anymore? Have you ever had a moment like this? You see your grandchildren happily running ahead at the playground downstairs. You want to chase after them for a hug, but you find your legs are so heavy, you just can't catch up. You can only stand there, panting, watching their little figures run further and further away. That feeling of helplessness at that moment, is it especially heart-wrenching? Just walking from the living room to the kitchen feels like your feet are made of lead. When you go up and down the HDB stairs, your knees feel sore and weak, and you have to hold onto the railing just to feel safe. Don't even talk about going out for a walk. After just a few steps, you're already out of breath, looking for a bench to sit down. People around you all say, "Aya, getting old already, it's like that one." Have you also quietly accepted this? Believing that weak legs and stiff joints are just our fate at this age, something we can't escape. Today, I want to stand here and loudly tell you a stunning fact that will completely overturn everything you thought you knew. This is not because you are old. It is a kind of nutritional starvation that can be completely reversed. Can you believe it? Your legs have been sending you SOS signals all this time, but most of us have misheard them, or even ignored them completely. What's even more shocking is that scientists have already discovered that through the right diet, not only can we stop this decline, but we can even, in as little as 12 hours, let your legs rediscover the lightness and strength of their youth. This isn't some expensive miracle cure, nor is it some complicated surgery. Today, I will exclusively reveal to you these 8 leg rejuvenating foods, all verified by the world's top medical journals. They are like keys that can restart your body's self-healing ability, allowing you to say goodbye to the pain of walking with difficulty and embrace the freedom to go wherever you want, whenever you want. But wait a minute. Before we get into it, if you care about your health, please click the subscribe button and turn on notifications. Because here, we talk about the truths no one else is willing to discuss. I also want to know if you're with me on this journey. If you are watching this and you feel the same way, please type 1 in the comments. If not, type 0. If you're suffering from similar problems, please leave a comment, and I will do my best to reply to your questions. Alright, before we unveil this magical list, we must first identify the 3 main culprits that cause our legs to betray us. You must know your enemy before you can defeat them. The first culprit, and the most hidden one, I call it the silent blood vessel thief. Think about it. Our blood vessels are like the PIE and CTE, the superhighways that deliver nutrients and oxygen to our leg muscles. When we were young, these highways were wide and smooth, and the traffic of blood cells flowed super fast. But as we get older, these highways start to fall into disrepair. The lanes get narrower, and they even get clogged up with all sorts of rubbish, cholesterol, blood clots, causing serious traffic jams. Your leg muscles are like the city at the end of the highway. They wait and wait, but the supply trucks can't get through. Do you think they won't go hungry? Do you think they won't go on strike? When the muscles don't get enough oxygen and nutrients, they naturally become weak and powerless. The second culprit is even more sinister. It is the sinister flame of inflammation. You've probably heard the word inflammation, but you might not know that inside our bodies, there's often an invisible fire quietly smoldering. This is chronic inflammation. It's like a sneaky arsonist, setting small fires everywhere. When these fires burn in your joints, they cause pain and stiffness. When they burn in your muscles, they constantly destroy and break down your precious muscle fibers. The little bit of muscle you work so hard to maintain gets burned away bit by bit in this chronic fire. This is why many friends, even though they haven't done any strenuous work, always feel muscle aches, as if they've just run the Standard Chartered marathon. The third culprit is the most deceptive. I call it the fake nutrition puzzle. Many friends will say, but I eat very well, I eat my 3 meals every day. How can I be lacking nutrition? The problem is right there. Many of the foods we eat, especially processed white rice and white bread, and all kinds of snacks, are like empty nutrition parcels. They seem to fill our stomachs, but the actual usable ammunition, the key vitamins, minerals, and quality proteins, is pitifully low. Your body is like a construction site. The workers, your cells, are crying out for steel and cement, nutrients, to build the building and repair the muscles. But what gets delivered is a pile of useless styrofoam. How can the building ever be built? So you see, leg weakness is not something that can be simply summarized by the words old age. It is a crime committed by the 3 culprits working together: the blood vessel thief, the inflammation flame, and the fake nutrition parcel. But don't you worry. To know your enemy is half the battle won. The 8 superheroes we are introducing today are specialists in defeating these 3 culprits. They can clear the clogged highways, extinguish the sinister internal fires, and deliver the highest quality steel and cement to your body. Now, with the greatest anticipation, let's start from number 8 and unveil this magical list that will have you walking with a spring in your step again. Number 8. Lentils. The first hero we are introducing, although ranked 8th, is the most stable and reliable source of energy for our legs. It is the lentil. You might be thinking, lentils? So common one, what magic can it have? You are underestimating it. I call it the leg stamina power bank. Why? Because it perfectly solves the most common problem our legs face, a lack of staying power. The science here is simple. Lentils are rich in something called slow-release carbohydrates. This is completely different from the fast-release carbohydrates in the white rice we often eat. When you eat white rice, your blood sugar shoots up like a roller coaster and then crashes down. This is why many people feel hungry and tired again shortly after a meal. But lentils are different. The energy they provide is released slowly and steadily, like a super long-lasting battery. This keeps your blood sugar stable throughout the day. For our muscles, this is fantastic news. Stable blood sugar means a stable and lasting supply of energy. Naturally, your legs won't get tired and sore so easily. My neighbor, Uncle Tan, is almost 70. He loves to climb Bukit Timah Hill. But he used to have a problem. Every time he climbed, by the afternoon, his legs would feel like jelly, with no strength left. I suggested he swap his morning porridge for a bowl of lentil soup, dal. Guess what? Just 2 weeks later, he grabbed my hand excitedly and said, your method really power. I tell you, yesterday I climbed all the way to the summit without a single break. The young people at the top were looking at me differently. That is the power of the legs stamina power bank. And it's so easy to eat. You can make it into a soup, or just add a handful to your rice cooker and cook it with your rice. Not only does it provide energy, but it's also an excellent source of plant-based protein. So starting today, don't look down on this humble bowl of lentils. It is the first step to helping you walk further and steadier. Number 7. Cooked spinach. Next up is a very familiar old friend, but 99% of us have been using it the wrong way. It's spinach. But I must emphasize 2 words here: cooked spinach. Many of us remember Popeye from the cartoons. He eats a can of spinach and immediately becomes super strong. This isn't just a cartoon exaggeration. Spinach really contains a magical substance that can instantly boost muscle power: nitrates. Medical research has found that after we eat spinach, the good bacteria in our body convert these nitrates into a gas called nitric oxide. This nitric oxide is amazing. I like to call it the blood vessel's natural expander. It's like a highly skilled plumber who can enter our blood vessels that have become narrow and stiff with age, and make the vessel walls relax and expand. Imagine, the clogged nutrient highway suddenly becomes clear. The blood, full of oxygen and nutrients, can rush to your leg muscles without any obstruction. When the muscles are well fed, they naturally become full of strength and stamina. But here is the most crucial point, and where many people go wrong: spinach must be cooked. Why? Because raw spinach contains something called oxalic acid. This acid seriously hinders our body's absorption of calcium, iron, and most importantly, nitrates. You think eating a raw spinach salad is healthy? In fact, you might only be absorbing less than 30% of its nutrients. What a waste! Only through heating and cooking can we effectively destroy most of the oxalic acid and release all the precious nutrients in the spinach. So stop believing in the raw food hype, at least when it comes to spinach. Our ancestors' wisdom was right. A simple plate of stir-fried spinach, or a bowl of spinach and tofu soup, is the golden way to unlock the power of spinach. By the way, eating spinach with tofu is a perfect match, as the calcium in the tofu can help neutralize any remaining oxalic acid. Remember, from today, if you want strong legs, prepare yourself a plate of hot, cooked spinach. Number 6. Quinoa. The 6th on our list is a big shot. It was designated by NASA as a super grain for astronauts on long-term missions in space. If even the top astronauts rely on it to maintain their muscle strength, you know it must be good, right? It is quinoa. Why does quinoa receive such high praise? Because it solves a problem that even many types of meat cannot perfectly solve, providing complete protein. Let me explain. Our muscles are like a house that constantly needs repairs. Protein is the bricks used to build this house. But there are many types of bricks. Our body needs 9 types of essential amino acids that it cannot produce on its own. If even one of these 9 types of bricks is missing, the house cannot be built properly. Most plant-based foods are like specialized brick suppliers that are missing 1 or 2 types. But quinoa is different. It's an all-rounder. It contains all 9 essential amino acids, making it one of the very few complete proteins in the plant kingdom. What does this mean? It means when you eat quinoa, you are sending a batch of the highest grade, most complete set of building materials to your body. Your body can immediately use these materials to repair the muscle fibers that have been worn down by daily walking and exercise. The efficiency is extremely high. For us older folks whose muscles are deteriorating at a faster rate, this is a godsend. I have a friend, a retired teacher, who had issues with high blood sugar and didn't dare to eat much rice. As a result, she often felt dizzy and weak. She followed my advice and replaced her white rice at dinner with half a bowl of quinoa. After just 1 month, not only did her blood sugar stabilize, but she was surprised to find that she had more strength in her legs when she walked. Her whole complexion improved. Quinoa is also very convenient to cook. You can cook it like rice, mix it with white rice, or toss it in a salad after cooking. Don't underestimate this small bowl of quinoa. It is the all-in-one building material that provides the most comprehensive and high-quality support for building strong muscles. Number 5. Salmon. Our list has reached number 5. This one can be said to be the best gift from the ocean. Many people know it's good for the brain and eyes, but one of its more powerful functions is often overlooked. It is the super firefighter against that chronic fire in our body. It's salmon. I like to call it the muscles fire extinguisher. Remember the second culprit we mentioned, the sinister flame of inflammation? Salmon is its natural enemy. Salmon is rich in 2 secret weapons against inflammation. The first is the familiar omega-3 unsaturated fatty acids. Omega-3 is like a well-trained fire captain. It can accurately locate the smoldering areas of inflammation in our body and quickly put out the fire. Its effect is especially significant for chronic inflammation in our joints and muscles. But just having a fire captain is not enough. You also need a project manager to repair the fire damage. This is salmon's second secret weapon, vitamin D. Modern medical research has found that vitamin D is not just for helping calcium absorption. It is directly involved in the repair and regeneration process of muscle cells. It gives the command to the muscle cells to start rebuilding. When these two golden partners, omega-3 and vitamin D, work together, a miracle happens. Omega-3 is responsible for putting out the fire, clearing away those destructive inflammatory factors. Immediately after, vitamin D leads the repair team to start rebuilding the damaged muscle tissue. One extinguishes, one rebuilds. Your muscles unknowingly become stronger and stronger, and your joints become more and more flexible. I know an Auntie Susan. She's only in her early 60s, but she was suffering from stiff knee joints. She laughingly told me that when she used to wake up in the morning, her knee felt like it was full of sand, stuck and painful. Now, it feels like it's been greased, so smooth. She followed her doctor's advice and started eating salmon twice a week. About 2 months later, one morning she woke up, naturally swung her legs off the bed and stood up. It was only after a few steps that she realized, how come my leg doesn't hurt today? That feeling of relief, of getting back something she had lost, almost made her cry. That is the power of the muscle's fire extinguisher. The best way to cook it is to steam it or pan-fry it over low heat. Please don't deep fry it. Twice a week, a portion about the size of your palm, is enough to give your muscles and joints the premium care from the deep sea. Number 4. Beetroot. The exciting moment is getting closer. Our list has come to number 4. This one is called drinkable legal performance enhancer by many European athletes because it can flood your legs with blood flow and boost your power in a short time. It is beetroot. Yes, that root vegetable that looks a bit alarmingly red. I call it the natural power pump. Why? Because, like our number 7, spinach, it has a powerful ability to convert nitrates into nitric oxide. But its content is several levels higher than spinach. If you think eating spinach is like giving your blood vessels a regular service, then drinking beetroot juice is like installing a supercharger in your entire circulatory system. When you drink beetroot juice, a large amount of nitrates is converted into nitric oxide in a very short time. This nitric oxide rushes into your blood vessels, causing them to expand instantly. That feeling is like when the SCDF is fighting a fire and they connect the hose to the most powerful hydrant. A powerful stream of water, your blood, gushes out, rushing towards the places that need it most, your leg muscles. What does this massive blood flow bring? It brings a huge amount of oxygen. Muscle cells working in an oxygen-rich environment become exponentially more efficient. The lactic acid buildup that used to make you feel sore after just a few steps gets carried away quickly. The muscle fibers that felt weak and limp become firm and powerful again due to the instant infusion of energy. This principle applies to us too. A major reason for our leg weakness is poor circulation to our extremities. Our muscles are often in a state of oxygen deprivation. Beetroot is the strongest weapon to solve this problem. Of course, there is a golden way to consume it for the best effect: juice it and drink it on an empty stomach. You can have a small glass, about 200 milliliters, every morning, or about half an hour before you plan to go out and be active. You'll be amazed to find that your steps feel exceptionally light that day, as if someone is pushing you from behind. Before I review the top 3, let me ask you, when you think of what's good for your legs and bones, what's the first thing that comes to mind? Is it calcium pills? Or the glucosamine that's advertised on TV every day? I'm telling you, you're all wrong. They might be a little bit helpful, but compared to the aces we're about to reveal, their effects are worlds apart. The champions that can truly turn the tide and even create rapid, miraculous results will definitely surprise you. Okay, the long-awaited top 3 are finally here. Number 3, pumpkin seeds. This one is a blessing for men and a close friend to women. It is the tiny but immensely powerful pumpkin seed. I call it the sleeping hormone giant. Why? Because pumpkin seeds solve a fundamental cause of our leg weakness that very few people pay attention to: hormonal imbalance. You might be surprised. What does leg weakness have to do with hormones? It has a huge connection. For muscle growth and maintenance, one hormone plays a decisive role: testosterone. Don't hear this word and think it's only for men. In fact, women's bodies also need an appropriate amount of testosterone to maintain muscle mass and bone density. As we age, our testosterone levels naturally decline, which is a major reason why we lose muscle so quickly. And pumpkin seeds are the key to awakening this sleeping giant within our bodies. They are rich in 2 key minerals, magnesium and zinc. Zinc is one of the most important raw materials for synthesizing testosterone. If the body lacks zinc, it's like a factory with no raw materials. It simply can't produce enough hormones. And magnesium? Its role is even more magical. Not only does it help muscles relax and relieve cramps and stiffness, but more importantly, it helps balance our body's electrolytes. Every single muscle contraction requires precise electrical signals transmitted by electrolytes. An imbalance is like a problem with the command system. The muscles naturally become disobedient. So you see, pumpkin seeds work on 2 fronts. On one hand, they supplement zinc to boost the production of muscle-building hormones from the source. On the other hand, they supplement magnesium to optimize the muscle's working environment. It's like giving the army the best weapons and also sending in the most brilliant commander. How can their fighting power not soar? I have a female friend who felt her body was falling apart after menopause, especially her legs, which were always limp. She tried many methods with no effect. I suggested she eat a small handful of pumpkin seeds for her afternoon tea snack. After just over a month, she called me, her voice full of surprise, saying that not only did she have more strength when walking, but her mood had also improved, and she was sleeping more soundly at night. This is the positive feedback your body gives you after awakening the hormone giant. For the best way to eat pumpkin seeds, I recommend eating them raw or lightly toasted at a low temperature. Don't fry them at high heat. Here's a little trick: soak them in water for a few hours before eating. This activates the enzymes within, making the nutrients easier to absorb. A small handful a day, stick with it, and the sleeping giant in your body will be awakened by you. Number 2, bone broth. Our list has arrived at the thrilling 2nd place. This one is arguably the most intelligent food therapy treasure passed down from our ancestors. It goes beyond simple calcium supplementation, directly providing our joints and soft tissues with the most premium repair materials. It is that bowl of warm, memory-filled bone broth. I'm not just talking about calcium. I call it drinkable cartilage gold. Because it is rich in a magical substance that modern nutrition science is paying more and more attention to: collagen. Why do our joints wear out and become painful? A big reason is the degeneration of the cushion between our bones, the cartilage, and the soft tissues that connect muscle to bone, tendons and ligaments. And the main component of these soft tissues is collagen. You can eat all the calcium pills in the world, and they will only strengthen your hard bones. But for these soft tissues that determine whether we can move flexibly and without pain, calcium pills are useless. The process of simmering bone broth extracts the collagen, chondroitin, and essential amino acids like glycine and proline, which are crucial for repairing connective tissue, from pork bones, beef bones, or chicken bones, things we normally find hard to absorb, and infuses them into the soup. Drinking a warm bowl of bone broth is like directly sending these already broken down repair materials to your most needed areas, your joints and ligaments. It's like giving your knees and ankles, these heavily worn parts, the deepest maintenance and lubrication. Isn't this the same reason why when we were kids and got sick or injured, our Oma would stew a pot of chicken soup for us? It wasn't just filled with love, but also profound scientific wisdom. We modern people chase speed and often neglect these real treasures that require time to create. Making bone broth isn't complicated. You can use pork bones, beef bones, or a chicken carcass. Add a little vinegar, which helps the minerals from the bones dissolve into the soup. Simmer on low heat for a few hours. After it's done, you can portion it out and freeze it. Every morning, or when you're cooking noodles or porridge, just take out a small bowl and heat it up. The warm, rich taste will not only warm your stomach but also repair your worn-out joints and muscles from the inside out. Remember, every sip of this soup you drink is you investing in your future mobility. Number 1. Tart cherry juice. Now, hold your breath. We are finally revealing the champion of this list. It is the king of all foods in terms of anti-inflammatory power and speed of effect. It is the true protagonist we mentioned earlier, the one that can create a miracle in 12 hours. It is the red nuclear bomb that has made countless athletes and scientists go crazy, tart cherry juice. You might have eaten sweet cherries, but tart cherries are a completely different variety. Their antioxidant and anti-inflammatory power is several times that of ordinary sweet cherries. The title I give it is the 12-hour flash repair potion. Why is it so fast? The answer lies in the unbelievably high content of a super antioxidant, anthocyanins. If we say the omega-3 in salmon is the fire captain, then the anthocyanins in tart cherry juice are a special forces unit equipped with the most advanced firefighting technology. Their fire-extinguishing ability is dozens of times stronger than the well-known vitamin C and vitamin E. When walking, exercising, or even just through daily activities, your muscles get tiny tears and lactic acid builds up. These inflammatory fires start to burn, making you feel sore and stiff. But when you drink tart cherry juice, this anthocyanin special forces unit is immediately deployed into your bloodstream. They act like guided missiles, accurately tracking down and eliminating these inflammatory factors, and at top speed, they clean out all the rubbish lactic acid that's causing your soreness. This amazing effect works for us too. The soreness and stiffness in our legs are often the result of chronic inflammation and the buildup of metabolic waste. Tart cherry juice is like giving your legs a top-tier deep cleansing spa, taking away all the bad stuff and allowing the muscles to self-repair in the cleanest, most ideal environment. This glass of red liquid repairs not just your muscles, but your freedom and dignity. The dignity to go to the Pacer to buy your own groceries without troubling your children. The freedom to travel around the island with your old friends without worrying about slowing them down. This is its true value. This is why it can make you feel a noticeable difference within 12 hours. Especially if you can drink a small glass, about 250 milliliters, before bed, its effect will be maximized. Because nighttime is the golden hour for the body's self-repair. The addition of tart cherry juice will boost this repair efficiency to a level you can't imagine. You might find that when you wake up the next morning, that heavy, stiff feeling in your legs has vanished. So don't hesitate anymore. The champion of this list is this seemingly humble but nuclear-powered tart cherry juice. Okay, now you know the 8 superheroes that can rejuvenate your legs. But like a powerful army, having brave soldiers is not enough, you also need brilliant tactics to unleash their full potential. Don't worry, I have specially prepared 5 golden morning secrets for you. If you just spend a few minutes every morning doing these things right, it's like pressing a start button, making all the nutrition you eat today doubly effective. 1. The miracle water on an empty stomach. Every morning after waking up, before eating anything, prepare a glass of miracle water. This can be our champion, tart cherry juice, or number 4, beetroot juice. Drinking it on an empty stomach allows these highly efficient anti-inflammatory and vessel-expanding compounds to be 100% absorbed by the body without any interference, laying the most solid foundation for your day's vitality. 2. The power of the golden combo. At breakfast, remember to let the golden combo appear together. What does that mean? Pair our number 3, pumpkin seeds rich in healthy fats, with our number 8 or number 6, the slow-release carbs from lentils or quinoa. For example, sprinkle a small handful of pumpkin seeds on your lentil porridge or quinoa. This not only makes the energy release more stable but also increases the absorption rate of many fat-soluble vitamins. 3. The warm start ritual. If your stomach is weaker, or if the weather is cooler, I strongly recommend you drink a small bowl of warm bone broth in the morning. It not only warms your stomach but also applies a precious protective layer to your joints and cartilage before the day begins. This simple act is incredibly effective in preventing joint wear and tear throughout the day. 4. The wisdom of cooked food. I'll say it again. If you want to add vegetables to your breakfast, like spinach in your omelette or porridge, please remember to use cooked spinach. Don't believe in the raw salad hype. For high oxalate vegetables like spinach, cooking is king. Only then can you absorb the nitric oxide that clears your blood vessels. 5. The secret of timing. To summarize simply, morning on an empty stomach is the best time for tart cherry or beetroot juice. Breakfast is the golden time for the lentil, quinoa, and pumpkin seed combo. Bone broth can be a pre-breakfast stomach warmer or the soup base for any meal of the day. Remember this simple sequence, and you can become a highly efficient nutritional commander. My friends, today we have uncovered 8 magical foods that can bring new life to our legs. From the stamina-building lentils to the vessel-clearing cooked spinach, from the all-in-one builder quinoa to the fire extinguisher salmon, from the natural power pump beetroot to the hormone giant pumpkin seeds, to the drinkable cartilage gold of bone broth, and finally, our champion, the 12-hour flash repair potion, tart cherry juice. You must remember this: weak legs and joint pain are truly not an irreversible fate. It is just your body's most painful way of sending you an SOS signal. It's telling you that it's hungry, that it needs the right nutrition. The power to have health and vitality is always in our own hands. We don't need to chase after expensive drugs that might harm our bodies. We just need to return to nature, to find the answers to restoring youth and strength on our daily plates. Imagine, 6 months from now, you can easily go hiking with your family at McRitchie Reservoir. You can walk along East Coast Park with your partner for a whole afternoon without feeling tired. At that time, you will thank yourself for the small decision you made today. Every small change you make for your body will not be in vain. They will accumulate, bit by bit, into your future health capital, injecting the power of youth into every step you take. I sincerely wish every one of you watching this can have a pair of strong, powerful legs, to walk to every place you want to go, to see all the beautiful scenery in this world. I wish you all health and longevity, and may you still be walking briskly even at 100 years old. See you in the next one.